It's Radio Skid Row 88.9 and you're listening to Good Smoke. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Remember that number 95509552. Also radioskidrow.org and www.goodsmoke.com.au. Ladies and gentlemen, I made it on time for once and I beat the traffic today, so that's the way it is, how it's going to be, and I'm going to try to do it more often, but I'm not going to keep any promises. But anyway, today is an exciting day for me because I've hooked up with an old friend from school. We've known each other throughout the whole time of school. I think when I had just finished school, he was in year 8, but there was times that we connected and have fun on the playground, and just we had mutual friends as well, and we've hooked up now again after about maybe 5, 6, 7 years now. I don't know. I'm just throwing numbers out there. But anyway, so this one's an important one because it's for the ones out there that are trying to be fit, trying to pump those muscles up and trying to look good for the ladies or just look good for themselves. Today, I have an old school friend here, my man, Rang. What's going on, Rang?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Man, I appreciate you coming in, man.
It is a pleasure.
And ladies and gentlemen, I took the phone off the hook, so you can't call until I play some music and then you can come because I don't want you to interrupt this interview. So remember that number, 95509552. If you want to have a chat with me, if you want questions for Rang.
They can call up.
Yeah, they can call up.
Awesome.
So I'll put this phone back on the hook when the music starts playing again. But
that's good.
Today I brought Rang in. As I said, he was an old school friend of mine, and we're just going to have a chat today. And I was just amazed how I hooked up with him because I saw him through the internet. We hooked up through Instagram and stuff like that.
You're trying to,
Yeah, and I couldn't believe, man, because I seen this guy when I was just finishing school, and this guy was just
14.
Skinny,
I was 14 years old.
Yeah, and he just left. But I used to see on the weekends and stuff like that as well. And this guy was just a normal dude, skinny dude, nothing. I didn't even if anything in my mind, you were a soccer player. I remember at school being.
Well, that's what I did. I played soccer all my life, since coming. Well, obviously I was born here, but when I came back to the country in '98, how old was I? 9 years old. Soccer from then on all the way. Soccer then on all the way till 22.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty much
a lot of boys in our school had that soccer dream.
Yeah, well, we went to the soccer. My year was full of soccer players.
Soccer players, eh? Was Baz in your year?
Bazzy.
Bazzy was a...
Bradley Walker.
Yeah, he was a gun.
Everyone was
goalkeeper,
a good player.
right?
Yeah, we had a mad team, bro.
But now you've gone total opposite. And
the other way.
And now you're a professional bodybuilder. And me saying that to you, just hearing that out loud, how does that make you feel?
Look, professional is not really the title yet. It's the title that I want to get. I mean, look, I aspire to become one, obviously, because I'm passionate about it. It's definitely something I really want. Something that I believe I can achieve. I mean, it's not like something like we spoke about. Someone tells me they're going to be the next Cristiano Ronaldo or next, LeBron James, but something that's reachable, and I think I have the potential for it if I keep going.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's something that I aspire everyone else to do because bodybuilding is it's an individual sport, and it's a big sport. Yeah, I mean. It's a lot of things can happen if you put your mind into it.
For sure. And before we get into all that, I want to rewind, and we'll leave that till the end, the bodybuilding stuff. But I want to get back to the beginning. Let's talk about school, man, because one thing about school is there's a false narrative that says if you don't do certain things at school, you're never going to make it to anything, and you got a certain path, and you got to hit the uni, and you got to, there's a whole stages, right? And was that for you? What was that like for you anyway? Was that scary for you?
I grew up in a very, very strict home, but I rebelled. So
before we go on, what's your background?
Half Thai, half Indonesian. Obviously, Asian parents.
Just to let people know that Asian culture has that.
Yes, Asian culture, as everyone knows, is the typical lawyer, doctor, dentist, university, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Very, very. How do you say it? Protective. They don't let their
security.
So obviously I grew up like that, but not to the extent of strictness, but my mother raised us herself. My dad was overseas most of the time in Bali working. So
shout out to the mothers out there.
Shout out to the mothers out there, of course. But growing up, my mum said the same thing. You got to be a lawyer, you got to be a doctor, and that. And looking back now, I couldn't believe that she placed that value on me because I'm definitely not that
type of person, especially the people we hung out with.
Exactly,
not that type of encouragement towards that way.
Nah, not at all. But look, don't get me wrong. You wouldn't really say you regret the things you do and the people you hang out with because it molds you to the person today. But at the same time, for me, school was like I played sports all my life, man. Like at school, it's every day, every year I was there, I was playing competitive sports. So, in terms of hanging out with friends, that's all I did. Studying wise, it was not in my mind at all. Nowhere near at all. But and for people to think that you need to, I guess, once you leave school and if you don't study, if you don't achieve good grades and stuff, and you're gonna fail, I think that's the ideal thought that everyone had before. But I mean, look, a lot of people that have made it these days, they're
without it, especially in this country as well. There's opportunities
100%.
outside of that.
100%.
No, for sure. So like even I've written some questions down, but it's just a guide for me. I'm not gonna really stick to it. But one of the questions I said, like, what do you do after school? Like coming straight after school.
Straight out of school, I went straight to. I actually got a traineeship. This is a funny story I tell everyone too, because year 11 and 12 growing up, I think that's when my mother decided to stop giving me weekly allowances. So I used to get allowances, which is awesome. Obviously, you know, back then drinks and food was so cheap. Growing up, you know,
at the tuck shop as well.
At the tuck shop.
Just the chicken sandwiches.
Chicken sandwiches. I used to get what's it called? The caramel slices. 100%. And everything.
Chicken puffs and that. You remember those? Far out. Me and my brothers talk about those. Like, what is that food?
Back then was amazing. Yeah, it was exactly. Food then was funny to us now, but it was so cheap compared to what it is now. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
Can of Coke these days are $3.50.
Yeah,
$4. Like,
exactly. And if you were broke at school and if you just had like $1.50, you could get a salad sandwich. Like it was good, bro. And I remember Miss Maroon, her name was the head touch up
lady.
She's awesome. Shout out
still
to
remember her name?
100%. Because you know how I remember? Well, my background's Lebanese, so her husband was Lebanese. That's how she got that last name. Miss
Maroon's
Maroon.
Lebanese.
But she's full Aussie.
She's white. Yeah, she's Aussie.
But she was awesome. She had that spirit.
You know, she used to like let me pay later.
Yeah,
like,
that's
the good thing about it too.
Yeah, that's the thing. She had that mother
spirit. So I didn't have money. I used to ask her like, can I get like this food, whatever? Like, it was short, and she used to give it to me.
She was a mad lady, bro. Yeah.
But back to what were we talking about again?
About food.
Yeah. So
coming out of school.
Yeah. Coming out of school. What happened was, I pretty much so I was working at McDonald's to 11 and 12.
Yeah.
And then a colleague of mine was like, hey, let's I got an interview, a traineeship with this with Telstra. Let's go
for it.
Yeah, let's go for it. Like, you know, I mean, like, you didn't apply for it, but just come with me. You know what I mean? Whatever. Just put your name down, whatever.
Yeah.
I came with him, I did it. And the funny thing is, I got the job, he didn't.
Spewing.
And it was just like a traineeship. I'm guessing they're just looking for someone who's not particularly experienced or anything. Obviously, no knowledge is required. They just wanted someone completely brand new so they can obviously teach them things. And I don't know, maybe it was speaking skills or whatever, but I got it. It was so funny, and I was like, fine. That's how I started. So straight out of high school, I went straight to work, man.
So you're working just at the end of high school or just as you got out?
As soon as the holidays finished in high school, went straight.
Yeah, that's what I was working with my dad.
There was no like, how do you call? What do they call those years when they take
a gap year?
Nah, I didn't know that.
I don't think guys like us deserve that.
No, Aussies do that.
Because they're the smart ones. We're the ones that only the rebels don't have a gap year because they need to make up for it.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. We didn't get a choice.
So out of school, did me and you, we saw each other out a lot in clubbing and stuff, which was a thing that everyone did out of school, like.
That was something I did in high school in my HSC. I was 18.
So you're one of those guys.
I was one of those stupid idiots.
Yeah, no, because did you have a fake ID?
No, I didn't. I was 18. So
just as you left.
Yeah, my birthday is 25th of August. So when I was pretty much HSC was like end of the year,
like November. Something
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was clubbing, and pretty much doing all those stuff legally before I was
before you got out of school.
Yeah.
See, I was 17 when I finished.
Nah.
So everyone was going out and I was the one staying at school.
See, I didn't get to do the fake ID part. Didn't need to, but I did all that, man. And I don't think I've ever studied for HSC, man.
Yeah, me either, man.
It was really bad.
I don't know why, man. I hit into the wrong groups, man.
To be honest, right, and the people that I speak to and all the young guys that I always come across, and I always trying to give them some experience and some lessons, and I tell them, actually, man, I regret. If I could go back in time, I would definitely.
Yeah. What do you regret about it?
Look, I wouldn't say the word regret is like actually like hating and wishing.
Well,
it's more like if I had another if I had another chance or if I had another turn, I would definitely like at least just put my head down
and try it.
And try at least from the whole through high school, even to the whole study phase, man. I would just get myself certified in every way possible because your life doesn't really start until 25, 30, man. Yeah. And I'll tell you now, I would rather, if I could go back in time, I would work my ass off, study my ass off until I'm like 25, 30. Because honestly, your life really starts now, and that's when you really get to enjoy it. Because when you're younger, say for example when you're 18 and you're clubbing, you're still a baby, but you know what I mean.
Well, even in the mind,
even in the mind.
Even
but when you're clubbing, when you're in your 30s, you're 25, it feels different only because you're more mature. You've got cash flow. You're not worried about, and I guess your mindset. You're not really out there to like.
But what was fun about? Wasn't it fun when you were young?
Oh, 100%.
Because you're just reckless. Thank God we didn't die, but you know what I mean, like.
That was the times where you could do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
bro,
and still be alright.
I don't know how I did that, bro.
I club one night and I'll be on golf for
Tuesday nights. Like I was doing plumbing at the time and working my ass off and going Tuesday nights. Like, what the hell? Now I couldn't even get out of the bed, bro. You know what I mean? But and okay, that realm of like clubbing, working hard, and when you got money at that age, you can do anything, man. And with your mindset and having money, it's like a bad mix.
I'm the worst of that.
Yeah.
I'm honestly the worst guy with money. I'm just back then. I don't think I was literally living paycheck to paycheck. I was on the traineeship wage, so I was earning $11 an hour,
which was mad at the time.
And it was all right. I mean, true.
Because you're getting a traineeship out of that.
Correct. At the same time, so it was a bit like that. But I mean, at McDonald's, I was getting like what $17, $18 at 17 years old. That's good.
Yeah, 100%.
It's still better than most people.
And freebies for the boys. 100%. My brother used to work at Macca's. I know.
You know what? I remember working at McDonald's. I don't think I've ever got hungry. I used to eat on the job.
Everyone
used to always get in trouble, but it's funny. It's good times. Good times.
So now we knowing the value of knowledge. Like, how do you value knowledge and wisdom now? That like looking back to when your parents were probably telling you, you got to study, you got to do this, or your mom was probably
100%.
And now that you know, you're like, what's it worth to you, you know?
Yeah, well, knowledge to me is so important, but like it's this is where I believe where you need to understand and differentiate between wanting to know everything and knowing what's good for you, because at the same time, like I can learn to be, I can study to be a doctor and all that stuff, and I won't even take it in if I'm not even interested.
Yeah, if you're not passionate about it.
A lot of thing I preach these days, it's all about being passionate in what you do, and you're not going to take in that information unless you're passionate about something. You know what I mean? So I can tell you to learn Indonesian or something, and if you're not passionate about it, you're never going to be able to pick it up quickly, man.
Yeah. It's not as efficient enough. Exactly. It'll take longer.
100%.
Like it's possible without having that passion, but
100%.
It's just a jagged edge journey, man.
It's like I can't learn things if you tell me to read something, but if you show me what to do.
See, that's what I think schools lack, bro.
Yeah.
100%. Because I remember I would excel in like art and woodwork.
Yeah.
Because the teacher would show me hands on.
Yeah.
But with maths.
A lot of what are they called? Those type of people when you learn.
I don't know. Look and learn. I don't know.
About autonomous or something where you learn, where you're able to take information better by physically seeing something,
100%.
than reading something and learning the directions by words, So
and there's a place for all those type of people.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's different. I mean,
100%. That's why I think like tradies and all that stuff is like guys like us that would leave in year 10. Oh, well, I didn't live in year 10, but
your brother did, right?
No, we all went through. We went through. My brother.
Because I remember all your brothers. They were all doing woodwork and all that stuff.
My brother ended up. My youngest brother did carpentry. But my middle brother Dean, he did architect, and he's doing his masters now in architecture. So something in creativity,
Awesome,
he was good at art, so he wanted to translate that into something that's going to be payable instead of being an artist. It's hard, So. But even now, we were talking last week a few weeks ago with our guest, and we're talking about like the bad influence that we pick up, when we're leaving school, even during school, you know what I mean, and going clubbing and what happens out of that. And I know that you went through a bit of a journey as well, hard times. Can we go through that, like going through out of school and then meeting the people and
man, my journey was. Okay, if we want to go step by step,
let's go step by step.
We'll go from high school, right?
100,
So literally, pretty much, playing sports all my life. Graduated high school. What the hell did I do at graduated high school? Yeah, went straight to work, and it was pretty much just hanging out on the weekends, clubbing. I'll be working. I'll be going out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, drinking. Not even.
And no one telling you to stop, eh?
Nah, I think because back then it's not. I'm not saying that I hang out with bad friends. It was more like we all just like to have fun.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone was just in it for the short term, not the long term yet. You know what I mean? Because we haven't grown up yet. So, but that's how the mindset is back there. You know? And I do have a few friends that were. I actually have one friend, who actually was part of the group, and he's the only person till this day who hasn't succumbed to anything like drugs or whatever. Yeah, and he's one of my good friends, and he's still till this day hasn't
touched anything.
Good on him, that like out of his own will, you know what I mean? Besides getting spiked or whatever.
Oh, yeah. And he still enjoyed that.
Yeah. But in terms of
Spiked
actually...
himself?
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine you're hanging around with 6-7 people, you know, who's always like to do all the, you know, the party drugs and all that, and then you're still the sole standing person that's, you know, still doesn't do that. And I always had mad respect for
100%,
like that, you know. So that's awesome. But going back to my journey, I did all that.
How'd you get introduced to that? But how'd you like, you know what I mean? Coming from our schools, we went to
actually.
College.
You're right. You know what? To say the least, how it all started was getting socialized. I met a group of friends. I actually met a group of friends from Rang Girls. So how it all started was, obviously you go to Marcelin, you're only going to meet Marcelin people, right? I didn't have any friends there, and then my cousin was dating someone. You know Teak?
I think so.
Yeah. Well, I named him, but anyways,
shout out to you.
Shout out to you, Teak. Anyways, my cousin, he was dating someone from Rang Girls, and then it started off like that. So he dated someone. And then he invited us on the weekend. We all met, and that's how the social beginning.
Okay, there you go.
So then I met.
There you go.
And bro, I tell you the funniest story. Okay, till this day, and this is truth. One of the I grew up with my cousin and I. My cousin and I, we went to the same public school, Paddington Public.
Oh yeah.
And then we grew up with another guy, and I'm not gonna name names, all right? But he grew up with us, and he used to always give me shit. Like he used to always like, rank this, ranks to this, ranks to this, and that. Like, you know? I was growing up. I was always the shortest one, the skinniest one.
Like to bully you, or just like jokingly?
We were all hanging out, us three, but I would always be like the short end of the stick. I'm
okay,
always that guy.
The lace guy. Yeah.
He's the cool guy. He can sing. He can. Yeah. This is all growing up. I was the shortest. I was the smallest. Whatever it would be, you know. So now growing up, I used to get always shit like that. So now he went to Rang Boys. And then my cousin was dating a girl from Rang Girls. So then when these people started knowing that Marcelin guys, you know how we had a little rivalry between Marcelin and Rang Boys? Yeah. Now, my cousin was, dating with that girl from Rang Girls. So we all started hanging with the Rang Girls. And then they suddenly knew, Rang Boys started knowing that, we're hanging out with Rang Girls. Who's this Marcelin private school guys, you know what I mean? I used to get shit for, and then there was all this animosity growing up, like just a little high school tension.
100%.
You know? Look, till these days now, it's all the same guys from that school. They're war friends now. So this one's funny. So this is all a story of us growing up. It's not like I'm talking shit about them. No. We're all growing up.
100%.
I respect all the boys now. We're all friends.
What were we defending back then about our school?
I don't even know.
What is it, eh?
This is what I don't
like
even
Marcelin
know.
Randwick, like what was it?
There's like Rang Boys represent.
Yeah. Because Randwick was seen as like a more rougher school.
Yeah, Rang Boys was public.
Yeah, and then because we're Catholic school.
Yeah, we're Catholic school. We wore ties.
And little ties and stuff like that.
We had a brother at a principal.
And the girls liked us more because we looked better, right? But stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And so like there was always a rivalry, I know. But the thing is, there was friends from both schools that
100%. So there's always like one off person.
Yeah.
Man, growing up, it was always the case in everything. But in this topic, there was a little bit of an animosity from them to us, and I was getting hated on. And then there was an incident where a certain person in my group, how do you call it? He tagged someone's house's garage.
No way. From the Rang Boys group?
Yeah.
Oh no. That's wrong, bro.
And then it all happened. Look, I don't really remember exactly what happened to detail, but that kind of set it off, and there was a massive.
So that incident set off the rest of your life.
The rest of my high school life.
Like the way you're driven.
Exactly. 100%.
The way you thought and stuff like that.
100%.
If you want to sit back, grab the mic.
Yeah, 100%. Because what happened was, after that, I turned to one of my friends and I was like, who can back me up? Because I don't know anybody. And this is the time when I'm still skinny Rang. I'm a total nobody. I had no friends outside of school or nothing. So in terms of who I knew to turn to. I don't know. So I asked my cousin. We had a friend, restaurant owner. As let's nickname him that, restaurant owner.
Okay.
A friend of ours who restaurant owner. He
Sick
knew some.
food.
Sick food.
Yeah.
He knew someone in the city, and he knew a few people in the Asian
that crew in the
Asian
yeah,
who hang
yeah.
out in the city.
No
you know what I mean?
way.
Back then,
George
you had
Street,
George Street, Asian
Time
gangsters,
Zone.
this that.
Yeah.
So they introduced me to that, and that's how I started this whole
Get
thing.
out of here.
That's
bro.
how he introduced me to.
But okay, so are you?
Not in a bad way.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like how it's come across, man. So do you ever? Has that always? Did you know that was always the beginning, or are you looking back now in hindsight and saying, "Fuck"?
Actually talking back now, yeah, definitely. That sparked it. That sparked me meeting people and
get into that realm.
Yeah, getting to that realm. Actually getting to know. Yeah, 100%.
Far out. Okay.
That actually is.
All right, let's talk about it more after the break as well. So 95509552, also www.radioskidrow.org and goodsmoke.com.au. What's your Instagram and your handles?
My Instagram is at I am physique. All lowercase, one word. I am physique.
And the other one?
And I'm also the movement that I'm supporting and I've started, which is my team.
Yeah.
My guys, and it's called Official Team Physique. All normal.
Beautiful. So check that out on his Instagram, and also check him out on Facebook as well. You can look at my page and you can link through there as well. We're going to be back after the break, and we're going to show some. We're going to show some. We're going to share some more stories and see what happens.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's Radio Skid Row 88.9, and you're listening to Good Smoke. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? If you just tuned in, remember that number 95509552. Also, remember that website radioskidrow.org. Follow the support links, and from there you can donate some money to the station, keep the electricity on, keep the power going, and we can have more interviews like this. Also, www.goodsmoke.com.au. Too many W's in the beginning, eh, bro? Yeah. So, anyway, today, if you just joined us, we brought in a up and coming bodybuilder, professional bodybuilder. He's trying to aspire to, and today he just we went to school together, and I just wanted to talk to him about stuff about how how he got to this point. Basically, I'm just lost, man. My head, I'm thinking so many things because I got so many questions.
There's a lot of topics.
Yeah, especially because after when the music was on, we start talking about stuff, and there's so much other stuff that comes up. So. But the reason I bring all these people in, so then their platforms can come up, and those people that are behind them, that are in Australia as well, that are doing good things, I want to bring them up on this show too. So, come to like the page, share the link so people can know about us, and we can put Australia on the map as well. So, this is Radio Skid Row. Remember that website, and remember the number 95509552. So let's go on with this interview with Rang, and we're talking about growing up in Sydney, being in the Asian crews. In the Asian gangsters, all those crews. We all know someone indirectly, or we know someone that's in there.
Yeah.
That was in the crews back then. But I don't know if anyone's listening. Remember back in the days on George Street was red hot for the Asian gangs down there and Asian groups down there, and it was.
Well, if you grew up in Sydney, you'll know.
Yeah, you'll know. 100%. Or you probably heard on the news when everyone got caught at the end, when there was a big standoff at the end. I remember. But if people out there listening remember Time Zone. And it changed into Galaxy World.
It was Galaxy World?
Was it? It
was always Galaxy World.
Oh, okay. Wasn't there a Time Zone there? Was there a big... I remember there was a big volcano.
You're a bit older than me, so...
Okay. Maybe there was one before.
I didn't start hanging out in George Street until probably 2005. I graduated in 2007, so 2005, 2006.
Okay, 2005, 2006, yeah. Okay, so I finished 2003 at school, but I knew people along there from kindergarten, bro. But anyway, so... let's talk about what it was like in Sydney in those days, man. That's like almost what? More than 10 years.
Yeah.
More than 12 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So growing up, what can I say?
It was ruthless in George Street back then.
It was more. There was more stuff going on.
Yeah, it was more.
There was definitely a lot of more things happening during the day because everyone's. Well, I wasn't. Or actually, when I was hanging out, I was underage, but there was a lot of commotions happening, day fights, this, that, and I personally was never a fighter. I never got into that stuff. I was hanging
never
around.
had that persona.
Nah, I've never been a fighter. never gone around trying to fight people. That's not my thing. But I was in the crowd, I suppose. So I was always around that stuff, so I could see it. There's a lot of day drinking happening, a lot of hanging out with all Asians and all that. So that's how it is. How I began the career of hanging out with Asians in George Street.
Right, no, but back then, being in the middle of it all, you think it's going to last forever. And if you weren't accepted, like, man, I'm not part of the group. But everything died out now. Like,
that's the funny part. Like, I honestly, this is what I was saying to my friend, right? When we have when we have these life chats, then you realize that growing up, it's human nature. You actually want to be part of a group. It's just how it is.
Tribal,
you want to be accepted.
100%. Yeah.
So you would do things. You would change your persona. You really weren't yourself until you pretty much decided to grow up and realize that you can stand on your own 2 feet and be your own persona. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So growing up, you always wanted to belong. So you did dumb shit to just freaking
to be accepted.
You know, like all these fucking.
So do you remember like catching yourself saying, "Man, I know better, but I'm just gonna do it anyway"?
100%. Like, I mean, going out like with what $20, $50 would last you. Don't get me wrong. These days it won't last you. But back then,
get you in the door.
pack of cigarettes was $10. Everyone used to chip in for a karaoke room for $10. Another $10 for drinks of case. That's like what 20 people. That's $10 each. You know, that's $200. Everyone was killing it back then.
Wow.
You know? You used to feed a whole group.
Yeah.
Just have fun.
Yeah.
These days, $200 get you nothing.
Nothing. Not even like just a standard night out. Not even that. But if you're taking someone with you, you know?
And I was talking about it. You know, growing up, if you notice, we all were dressed very, very. Yeah, some people dress nice. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't see any Louis Vuitton growing up. When we were growing up, 18-year-olds, I was wearing freaking Cotton On, for God's sakes. Industry was lavish.
I was wearing Paddy's Markets jerseys. Like, you know those jerseys?
I used to buy the hats.
Exactly.
Wu-Tang.
Yes,
I used to hang out with all that stuff. That's what I mean. Where you used to go to shop, I need to buy something for the weekend. Yeah, where do you go? Paddy's Market.
See, but Paddy's Market's dead now, bro.
No,
have you seen it?
No.
Bro, it's literally, there's no dirt on the floor anymore. There's no, like, everything's lined up,
Probably the rent's too high now.
Yeah, the rent's too high now. Because it's the middle of the city, man. You can't, like, it's prime time there.
Yeah, you know what? That reminds me. Now that you mentioned that's the good old times are not like that anymore.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We're losing it, man. And I think, like it was good to have tribes, and there's bad things that come out of it. But mateship, like...
But you know what? I was telling... These days, all right, when I go clubbing, like, okay, maybe not as recently because I haven't been recently, but say when I was clubbing heavily, 26, 24, 24, 26, you would go to the clubs and everyone would just hang in their own group and there would be like death staring and everyone. We're all in our mid-20s and we're still death staring each other.
Yeah, that's right.
But you know, back then, when I was growing up, 16, 17, there would be people from different, like Asians from Parramatta, Asians from Bankstown, Asians from wherever. But even though we're all from different, we used to always hang in one big group. And that was amazing. I thought that growing up was cool.
Yeah. Because you go to clubs and you know what clubs...
There was no issues. There would be fights and that, but that's just because probably some dumb stuff about girls.
Or someone's too drunk.
And been a hero. But it never was a whole
like
big fight like now. Now these days, everyone's fighting for turf or something. And it's just...
They don't even own it, eh?
They don't even...
I was doing security maybe a few years back and...
Yeah, we used to catch up.
Yeah, that's right. You
used
to see me there sometimes as well. And it's a different vibe, man. Like, it's more tense, I think. And being at the front door, I try to change that vibe by talking to people. But people on drugs now, I feel like everyone's been on drugs. It's always been around, but I feel like now it's just gone overboard.
I grew up with smoking weed.
Yeah.
But I didn't enjoy it because for me, I didn't like to feel like slow.
Yeah.
For me,
want to be on
when
board.
I did whatever weekend drugs and that, it's always something that kept me up. It wasn't like something I'm going to make put to sleep. So weed wasn't really my choice. So these days, everyone's on the up drug and everyone's just loose and everyone's fucking loose these days.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
I've got a younger brother, younger sister. I'm the oldest of 3.
Yeah, me too. I'm the oldest of 3.
Yeah.
What's that like? Is there a big age gap between you?
5 years with my brother, 6 years with my sister.
So what's that like growing up and the things that they seen you go through? And obviously people...
This is the funny part. Like, I was the black sheep. I was so, like... I'm the dumb cunt of the family. So kudos to my brother and sister, the way they turned out. They're amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, now that I've stepped back and I've looked back and seen them now, my brother and sisters achieved. They're great. They're growing up. They're really good. They're doing well for themselves. And they're very... I'm very fortunate to see them the way they are today, which is amazing. But growing up, I've always had... Me and my brother was more closer. my sister, I didn't really have a relationship with my sister, to be honest, besides her being my sister. Not that we were
Fighting or anything.
Yeah, not that we were fighting or anything. It's just she hung out. She was like, my sister was the typical token Asian in a white group. She went to Bridget
okay,
She's East Side raised. She doesn't even speak Asian, man. She doesn't even speak her mother language. We're Thai Indonesian. She doesn't know. She probably knows. She probably knows she knows how to speak Balinese in there, and she'll know how to speak Phuket Thai. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the commercial.
So all the commercial tourist places. You know what I mean? So she's very, very Aussie in terms of that. But my brother and I, we grew up. I was growing up the older brother that hated the fact that my brother's always trying to copy me. But now it's like, I like my brother. I want to share. That's just the funny part, eh? Like I grew up always like wanting to be different, wanting to be somewhat, I guess, the hero.
Accepted, eh?
Yeah, like the top brother, you know. But at the same time, I made too much dumb moves and stuff like that. So growing up, I would always, my brother would always try to copy, I guess, do that stuff as well.
Yeah, I try to follow after.
Yeah, so it's kind of is a bad thing, I guess, because you want to be a good
like a role model,
you know, instead of a bad model. But at the same time, you know, he didn't know the difference between right and wrong, and he didn't follow all the way, which is good. So,
what's like there are older brothers listening out there, and you know, being an old brother, you know, it could be like a fragile situation if you wreck your friendship with your brother in the beginning of the years, you know. 100%. But thank God you're together. Same with my brother, we're tight now, you know. What's some advice for those older brothers to don't bully your brothers anymore? Like, what's some advice that you could give?
If I could tell, a good advice for an older brother out there, all the older brothers out there would be, you know, like I would love, like this is where I'm come from, a small family where I've only got my brothers and my sister, my mum and dad. That's 5 people I can count. My cousins and that, I can probably count them with my fingers. I got friends and friends of mine who got cousins that they can't even count it. You know what I mean?
But they're not really close.
They're not really close. But when they have family reunions, it's amazing. It's massive. It's big. I've always yearned for that. I coming from a small family. I've always like, man, it'd be awesome to like go out with 10 people and everyone's my cousin. Brothers. That'd be amazing because it's just like, you know what I mean? You're a little gang, you're blood, you're a tribe. You know, that's awesome.
That's right.
I would love that. You know, so. Growing up like that, I've always, I guess, attached myself to past partners who've had big families who always taken me in. So I've always enjoyed that. So
is that a conscious thing that you did?
Yeah, it probably is, maybe, because I wasn't close to my family growing up.
See, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people. Like, the last guest I had, he was on the streets. He got kicked out when he was 11. So like,
but that's because the choices I made. With me, there's a different story. There's people I went out of my own way. I disowned myself from my family, I suppose, only because I'm always the type of person that's I could probably say I grew up pretty selfish. Like I always wanted things to work out for myself before I thought about my family and stuff, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of things that I've done in the past who just I thought of short-term pleasure, not long-term. And that's where I grew up now. That's why a lot of the advices and the stuff that I preach to people these days is think about it, all the choices you've made, because I've made so many dumb choices growing up. Now, me being 30 years old now, if I could turn back time, there's a lot of things I would just like, you know, stop and not down. So going back to giving advice to the older brothers, be close to your older brother, man. Like, I wish that everyone's relationship with their own brothers is pretty much tight, to the tight best friend. Like, I mean, that's amazing, man.
It's good to see as well.
I love that. Yeah,
isn't it a different? Like, even when there's 2 best friends, it's 100%, not the same when the brother.
100%. It's amazing.
That's
why these days I try my best to be as close to my brother. I mean, my brother's older now. He's got a partner. He's doing his own thing. He's doing well, so which is amazing. And
but to have a friendship, man, it's mad, man. Because they know where you come from. 100%. Like, that's the closest thing.
100%.
That they know how your mum treated you.
100%. Yeah.
But so the same with my brothers, they learn off my mistakes. I think indirectly, even if I didn't try to teach them whatever, but I think my mum kept us together real tight as well, so it was good.
Mother's always strong, eh?
Yeah,
I know my mum is strong. Till today, I wish I could have a more strong relationship with my mother, but it is how it is. Like at the end of the day, as long as she's, you know, healthy and safe, and everyone's, you know, around her supporting her still, even though I'm still a bit in the outside.
What I'm hearing from you anyway, what I hear is that like family's more important than anything.
Now it is. Yeah. Because when I grew up, I took it for granted. I just thought, you know what, they're always going to be there. And that's how a lot of people are. A lot of people who seek that hero status, that wanting to be somebody in the wrong way. Not somebody great, tell people, more like somebody as a name in the streets and trying to be that person. That was me growing up. I tried to be that. I tried to be that person that, I want everyone to know Rang, you know, Rang Street. You know, I want to have big friends. I want to have a massive circle.
Okay.
I wanted to go to the clubs and everyone knew me.
Yeah.
That shit is fucked up.
That's cool. No, there's people like that today, man. It's worse today. It's like that more today, yeah.
So now these days, I prefer you not knowing me. I prefer that whole fame shit's fucked up. You know what I mean? I prefer small group of friends that I could trust, and you know, people that you can rely on. Because the more friends you have, the more issues, and that's what I know. That's something I've learned.
Let's talk about your rock bottom, man. Like, we don't have to go. You go as deep as you want to go on this.
Sure.
Because everyone has a rock bottom, and it's measured to each person on themselves. Like every person's got their cross to bear. It might be heavy for another person, it might be light for another. Doesn't matter. But we go through that. What was your rock bottom?
My rock is my deepest ever that I've ever hit in my life. Well, probably recently. It'll probably be 2017 to 18, and that's definitely. I would definitely say that was the worst ever time in my life.
Wow.
And that's because I decided to get money quick, not work anymore, pursue a career that's stupid, as well as be hooked on to the weekend drugs and be just a slave to it. And I've never hit rock bottom in my life because I was pretty much doing it every day.
Bro, far out.
I was doing it.
But I'm thinking like what you just said before, wanting to be the top of the world and wherever you went. And then having that in your system, like that would just fuel you to the point of like destruction, man.
Yeah, 100%. Well, if I wanted to skip back even further, I used to have a lot of group of friends, and I guess the choices I made to impress partners in the past has made me lost a lot of friends because I've made the mistake of, you know what, doing things to ruin friendships in order to benefit myself, to make my partners happy financially and all that stuff.
And you go, I'm taking care of my woman, I'm the man.
And you know what, those things don't last, man. And I realized this is where I mean, I've like a lot of stuff I had to repay and, you know, I guess make amends and do, and it took years and years and years, and till this day, some things are not resolved, some things are resolved, but most of them are resolved. But what I'm trying to say is that the person that I am today would definitely not have. Like, I don't think I would be the person I am today if I haven't gone through all this shit.
Yeah, bro. No,
I've made more wrongs than right, to be honest. And
but if you didn't have that story,
no way. I probably would have been fucking more of a dumb cunt.
I could imagine when you're pumping weight, you imagine your past, and it just helps you, like fuels your anger.
Yeah, a lot of the reasons why I'm trying to be this person now is because I don't want to be that you know, that stupid cunt that's fucking doing all this dumb shit. I get more thrill inspiring other people doing, you know, what I am now, changing my physique and.
Do you like? Is there a regret?
I don't think I regret. More, it's more. If I had the ability to turn back time and redo, of course. Yeah. But would I regret? I don't know. I don't know if I could honestly. I don't think I regret.
No, I'm just saying, like, is what you're doing now, trying to make amends for what you've done in the past?
Yeah. I mean, I guess so. Yeah, in a way, like, because. If I wasn't, you know, making amends now, I could probably do more with my time and do something else, and obviously probably be even greater, I suppose, in terms of doing positive stuff. But spending your time trying to fix things and, you know, make amends of all your wrongs, it's just a constant. It's draining, man. And
I think the first battle that you won was admitting that you did that, man.
100%.
Because like. There's like, man, if it doesn't happen face to face, for sure they heard it on the radio, and if not, they heard it on the video. Yeah. Because people just hearing that, like you're remorseful for what you've done.
I'm being honest. But
it brings healing, bro.
100%.
Like the impact that it could have on someone. Like we were saying a few months ago, like there's things in my life I remember someone teasing me, bullying me back 4 or 5 years ago, and it's still stuck to me today. You know what I mean? There's people out there you might have affected, and then they're like, oh, Rang is a different person. Like, he wants to make amends. Maybe you go reach out to them now and they might listen, man. You never know.
I hope so. I mean, that was something that I spoke to my good friend of mine, and he was like to me, would you ever reach out to someone should you get the opportunity to make amends, no matter how shit that fucking friendship like
was and how it cut off.
How we cut off. You know, and most of the time the cut off happens because of me. I'm the fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like if I had the chance, yeah, I probably would, to be honest, because you would kind of like try to speak about it. But the problem is, man, I'm me as a person. It's very hard to. How do you reach out to someone and be like, hey man, I need to speak to you about you know what happened in the past, you know, because. It's hard. It's hard. You know what I mean? So
I've done it, man. To be honest, I've done it, and I've rang up the person, man, and I was like, they knew that it was hard for me to do, and they were gracious enough to like accept my apologies and stuff. But
I don't. Sometimes you don't. I'm not here trying to like. At least if I get to apologize, you don't have to accept it.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I'm saying your heart has changed. That's the difference. Like, because that's what's driving you everywhere you go now. Like, if your heart is in that right place, you're not gonna keep making those same mistakes now with the new friends that you make.
Of course,
you know what I mean. So it's a
100%. Now with especially with the people that are really close to me now, I definitely do not want to make the same mistake, and I have.
You cherish that
100%.
You value friendship.
Right now, the friendship I've got, even the old ones that are slowly learning to, you know, trust me again and be close to me again and stuff like that. I definitely don't even want to lose them out as well, because they're my longtime friends and they're the ones who've been, you know, been there with me since day one. Even, you know, like recently I had fucking money issues. I had so many bad luck. I went to Bali. I had so many. I had money issues. I could rely on one friend who was my longtime friend. This guy's been there for me since day one. Man, my good friend Tom, and he's been there for me since day one. I just reached out to him. He helped me straight on the spot. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for him to just remind me to not, you know, make sure that I, you know, get him back. Make sure, like, it just reminds me that I still have that reminder that Rang still sometimes is a dumb cunt. You know, just make sure you don't fuck up again. Like, but look, I respect. I have no issues with that. I've just. You know, it is your own wrongdoing and whatever, you know. I
think the power of forgiveness, man, is awesome, man, because it makes the relationship stronger. Like, if you made a mistake with someone and you've mended it,
100%.
Now it's become like a foundation in your friendship. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to a break. We're gonna come back and talk about more.
Another break. No break.
We got 7 o'clock. I'll tell you after the break.
No worries, easy.
Remember that number 95509552. It looks like you're enjoying this, man.
I love it, man.
You can go on for the whole 2 hours.
We're gonna talk on for ages.
This song is called Blessings. It's by Lecrae. I think it's fitting to what we're talking about, and I think we're all blessed with something in our lives, and I feel like we have to appreciate that. So, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy this song. This is Radio Skid Row. You're listening to Good Smoke. It's Radio Skid Row 88.9, and Rang has dropped his phone. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in. This is Radio Skid Row, and this is the Good Smoke. Remember that number 95509552. Call when the break comes, when the song breaks happen. Also, radioskidrow.org. Check out the support links from there. You can follow the Facebook page there, and also support us by sending us some money or sharing the page and sharing the likes, whatever. All that all helps. Also, check out goodsmoke.com.au. If you haven't been listening, and if you just tuned in, we have my main man, my friend from back in the day, as a bodybuilder, champion of the world.
I wish.
Soon to be, anyway. I say that to all the guys that are coming up.
I wish.
You know, I'm talking about future events, so we have to speak, you know, positive vibes. But let's get into some bodybuilding. Or before that, let's get into inspiration and motivation, because that's the nucleus of what you do, man, is what you want to do with your bodybuilding and just with your life in general.
100%.
I feel like in our generation, there's like two, three sentences quotes that go around Instagram. People get them and then just like it and go by, but no one really captures it. But with you, I feel like you put the results with the quotes. You don't put just like quotes and then you're not doing nothing about it. You're just like this guy that's fat and eats all the time, but you're actually backing it up with your results. So why inspiration, motivation?
Well, this is the problem, right? And this is where I preach a lot of it to my Team Physique guys as well. What's the point of preaching something if you're not doing it? Like, first of all, like I promote positive changes, man. Like, a lot of people should understand that everyone's gonna do wrongs. Everyone has done mistakes and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But are you gonna be condemned for your mistakes forever? You know, it's the ability to change and actually become a better person. Is it wrong? Are
Yeah, but some people feel like they don't deserve it, man.
Some
Because
people
yeah.
or other people.
Yeah, or other people, they just feel like they don't deserve to be better because they've wronged so many. You know what I mean? Because you said you.
Oh,
can't,
of course, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's true. That's true. That's a lot of bridges are burned because a lot of people just keeps doing wrong things, and that's understandable. Don't get me wrong. And I'm probably one of those person who's always doing the wrong things and never learning from their mistakes. But I believe there is a certain limit, I suppose, and that's where. Now that I'm 30 years old, man, I think it's time to, smarten up and start doing good and, learning from your mistakes. And what better way to do that than to, me preaching to the younger generation is actually holding me accountable because me doing so and they're looking up to me. And now that I have a little, I'm no celebrity, I'm no freaking professional athlete, but at the same time, the people who
people
do
are
look
looking
up,
at you.
people who do look up to me because of my changes that I'm doing. Is holding me accountable for my actions now. So if I'm not, making changes, promoting positive things, trying to putting the time at the work at the gym and making changes, then who am I?
Well, just because you don't have the following, or you got a following, but I mean, as in it's not this massive following. People are still looking if they're not liking or following the page.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I've got that many followers in my Instagram, whether it's real, fake, or whatever.
Yeah.
The people who do support me daily and who constantly comment and engage and that stuff, I appreciate them the most. Yeah. But I do see the people who do watch
in the background.
You can always watch the background people, and who are the haters and
some are waiting for you to fall.
Yeah, 100%. And you know what's funny? The people who do watch and never comment, and then when I do fall out and they're there, they fucking always comment.
They're the first one.
You motherfuckers. But you know what? Each their own. Like I'm not gonna hate them.
Let live sort of thing.
Yeah, little, it's all right. Any publicity is a good publicity.
Yeah, that's right.
And
even if it's hater. Yeah.
Even if it's negative.
Even with mates, like they can get the wrong perception of some of the things that you're doing now.
I know, 100%.
We were talking about that just off the air when we first began. Like,
yeah,
when you're like your mentality, even before coming in contact with you again, I knew the mentality that you had was like, if I make it, everyone makes it.
Always.
You know what I mean? Like,
always.
And that's what I feel like I want to do with the show too. Like, everyone that I met through my life, everyone they've gone through a story, and I want to bring them on the show, give them a platform. You know what I mean? So, how do you do with those guys that are not 100%, and they're not 100% by their actions?
Well, everyone crosses your path for a reason, right? So, whether it's short term and long term, it is what it is. So whatever comes out of it, comes out of it. So I'm not the type to always think about, like I'm pretty friendly with everyone. I mean, I hope that everyone who watches these and sees that anyone that comes across me, I treat them like I've been friends with them for a fucking very long time. Yeah. But that's just how I am.
Yeah.
I'm pretty friendly in that sense. But at the same time, like I hope that whatever comes out of our friendship, whether it's positive or negative, it's kind of like a lesson learned, you know what I mean? So whether it's a good lesson or a bad lesson, I mean, everything's, like I said, that's why I preach, right? Lessons, not losses.
That's right.
So
you always got sort of quotes on your Instagram too. But they're not, how can I say, it's different in a way because it seems personal when you're saying it. And it's not thrashed with quotes your Instagram. What I'm trying to say is
I hate that.
Yeah.
I used to try to get that whole, hashtag, game and put about 30 of them, but fuck me, bro. It's an effort, man. So
you're not even doing it for the inspiration.
You know why? It's because I've got a great engagement now. A lot of people, actually, like you have fake engagement, which is people would just, what I try to do is I try to write a question or I try to ask my audience something, and then a real engagement is people who's actually reading my caption, and a fake engagement is people who's just like, you look good, bro, but like, I'm not talking about that. You know what I mean? Slowly cleaning up. But don't get me wrong, a lot of the people in my Instagram now who are engaging and commenting, amazing.
They're actually engaging. It's not there for fake.
I've got a great group of circle, plenty of different circles, but everyone's, showing real engagement. And
so I want to, before we get into the real bodybuilding, I want to know, how did you meet bodybuilding? How? Yeah, what club did you meet?
Oh, man. I tell you something, man. Okay, so in all honesty, I've always wanted to be bigger. That's just how I am, because, okay, let's get personal. How I decided to fucking wanted to make a change. And because I grew up skinny, man. When I was 18, I was 45 to 50 kilos. I was playing soccer all my life. I was super fast, super slim, super thin.
That's right, yeah.
So in terms of the physique and the physical appearance, I was a short little Asian guy. That's always been my case growing up, right? Yeah. Now, fast forward a little bit into the dating scene. I dated a girl that treated me like a closet boyfriend. It was pretty much, you would never ever see me out in public with you. I was never invited to any birthdays with her.
Get out of here.
For the years that I've been with her. I don't even know, it was fucking but I never was invited to a birthday with her. So, and I used to get so insecure reading messages about her, like, fuck, why is Rang so ugly, this, that, you know what I mean? So I've experienced all that, but I don't have any animosity with that person anymore. No, never did actually. Kind of used me as a drive to be what I am today. So when did I meet bodybuilding seriously? 2015.
Yeah.
Where I dated another person who
these girls, these women out there
who kind of like set the bar where I'm the best looking partner you've ever had, so why do you need to go to the gym and look good?
She said, like,
yeah, it was,
get out of here.
It was, you know, I didn't,
but these insecurities of theirs,
I don't know, to be honest. If it was insecurity, or was it like, or was it more like authority, where it's like...
Yeah, but why authority? They taking you away because maybe you're attracted, other girls are attracted to you, you know what I mean? You never know.
I don't
like, why would you do that to another person?
But I was so fucking foolishly in love. It was like stupid.
Yeah.
I would do anything for this woman. It was just like... I think this one was the pinnacle, bro. Like, I was so in love with this one. It was just like bad.
Yeah.
It turned me to I was a carpet muncher to a fucking... Now I'm like, maybe girls these days will think I'm a dickhead, but I'm not. It's just more like I'm confident in my own self-worth.
Right, so
I'm never a pushover anymore, you know what I mean? So
it's a thin line, yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, I try not to bring animosity from past relationships onto new ones. You know, you shouldn't be like that, you know what I mean?
But you're more watchful, like, to see what's going on.
100%. Like your own happiness matters first, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I believe these days.
Yeah.
Before you put someone else's, how can you love another person if you don't love yourself?
Exactly.
Right?
If you're hating who you are, exactly. How's anyone going to think? So, like, so that's another subject in itself about relationships. Man.
Yeah.
Going up and down with relationships.
Yeah.
Well, like, talking about it, how do you feel about that? Like, why do you feel like the same recurring pattern happens to you?
Because I guess it's maybe maybe the same recurring happens only because I don't think it's the girls. It's me. It's always you. You make the choices. It's not like you fucking the girls. You know, the girls decide to date you. You pursue the girls, and the girls, you know, whatever. I probably pursue the same type of girls all the time in the past. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's always the case. And
what do you say to someone?
You know what? This is a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
This is what he told me. You always go for trophies. You don't go for...
That's right.
Yeah, but that's kind of true. Like, when you're growing up, you always want...
The best,
you always want what everyone
wants.
Well,
I could never go for it, but
It's like,
But
like,
you used to go for that?
100%.
See, that's confidence, bro. So you had that confidence, but...
No, not because...
To go up to glamours, man, that's pretty good, bro.
I never... No, that's a different story, but I was such a bitch, bro. I still couldn't pick up girls.
Yeah.
Back then, it was more like, I don't know how I got them, to be honest, but at the same time, it's more like I always wanted the girls that everyone wanted, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's a bad trait.
And that goes into what you were saying before about trying to, like, wanting everyone to see it.
Exactly, 100%, because you always fucking devoted yourself to do dumb shit for these girls, and then I always ended up breaking friendships and all that stuff, and I've done a lot of bad things, man. And
bro, people say the opposite, but, you know, the people will go, F these girls.
Nah, bro, it's me.
But
it's me.
That's right.
It's
like,
me.
and a lot of the times it is,
100%.
right? A lot of the times it is the guy.
It's the guy,
you know what
bro,
I mean?
it's not the girl.
Or not even the, like, I feel like if both parties are saying it's me, it's probably right because everyone puts their little input to destroy it somehow. But so now you got into bodybuilding and you feel like you're just pumped now, you know? You're finding this new confidence.
Yeah.
Can you remember the first time lifting a bar? Like, how did you get into
100%.
Yeah, what was that like?
There's two moments because I've always gone on and off. So to summarize, I started taking it seriously 4 years ago. So I'm 30 now. I started taking it seriously when I was 26. Man. After my crazy breakup with the one that fucked up, and that was just that was probably the
Mindfuck.
worst, the craziest breakup of my dating history. But I picked it up when I was like 21, on and off all the time. You know, you never died.
Did someone introduce you to it?
No, it was just like I'm really close with about 6 boys that we grew up from high school, and that group, everyone brought their own friends, but in terms of the closest friends that I know that I've known long term since high school, it's about 6 of them, including my little brother. My brother's part of that group, but
did he lift with you too at the time?
Huh?
Was he lifting?
Yeah, he was.
No way.
Of course, like my little brother, he would always follow. Like it's my little brother, man. He would always try to follow and stuff like that. But I'm not sure if he's taking it seriously now because he's always fucking whipped if he's watching this. But nice, I love the bloke, and he's in terms of the other boys, now everyone's taking it seriously now, which is good. Obviously motivated. I'm hoping it's motivated because of me and everyone else. But in terms of, I picked up the bar back in when I was 21, and it was the hardest thing ever, man. This is why I understand how it feels. You need to progress, man. Yeah. This is why a lot of the choices I make, why I'm always supporting local businesses like we were speaking about before. Sure. It's because I know the hardship, so I like to support you from the ground up. If I have a little platform, then I can bring you up. Why not? Why would I want to support Nike? Why would I want to support Adidas when they've already like updated?
They got their platform.
If, for example, a multi-million company came up to me and was like, I want to sponsor you, but if I wasn't at that level, why would I take that? I would always just be their side person.
If you're not true to yourself, you're gonna fail anyway.
Like this, like I live.
Yeah.
These guys,
and
like
make them the new Nike, you know.
Like these the owner of iLift, man. Like me and him met recently, and we just vibe because you know what? He headhunted me.
Really?
Like it's not like I reached out to him. And
he came to you.
He came to me. Wow. But at the same time, I'm humbled by that. Is because he kind of noticed, you know, what I'm all about, and I'm not here trying to sell the clothes. I'm here trying to be an athlete. This is what I am. I'm an aspiring athlete. I want to.
That's right.
I want to be someone in the bodybuilding industry, and that's just me because I'm passionate about it. And if my journey motivates you to start your own journey, fuck, that's amazing. That's
the whole point.
That's the whole point. And he notices that, and he told me from day one, I'm not using you because I want you to sell. I just want you to do your thing, and I'll sponsor you, and I'm joining your journey.
Along the way,
And when he said that to me, I was like, "Where's the dotted line? Let's do it together. Let's do it together." Yeah. You know, and that's why I joined iLift, man, because they're great.
What's something for like someone that's coming through the same lane as you? Making a deal like that, looking out for sponsorships, what is there to look out for when you're doing that sort of stuff?
Don't look for it.
Yeah.
Don't look for it.
But I mean, when it comes to you.
Oh, when it comes to you.
Yeah, and what's the recipe that makes it flow?
First of all, it's the person who you're working with, right?
Yeah.
It's like if you vibe with them, if that person straight away off the bat is controlling what your creativity is, fuck them. Yeah. You know? Let them go. They want you. Someone should want you for your creativity. If they start, you know, adjusting and telling you what you can and what you can't do, fuck them off. You're not going to. If there's always a limit to something that you can't do, you're always gonna hit it and then heads up.
Because I could imagine when you first got there, you had that rush. Like, bro, what?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I am still part of another sponsorship. Well, not sponsorship. Well, I'm an ambassador. Like these boys helped me to become an athlete, and shout out to GrindFit as well. Like, don't get me wrong. These guys did help me and shape me to become the athlete, because when I first decided to compete, literally I had no clue. I knew how to build my physique, but posing and everything, I was fucking shocking, man. Yeah. And I reached out to Vincent, who's the CEO of GrindFit Apparel, and these guys, he shaped me to become the athlete. Shout out to him, man. Like, he did make me, he taught me how to compete, taught me how to freaking, you know, be the athlete I am today. And he built that foundation in terms of competing. Yeah,
because I could see it with the videos that you share and the pictures that you share, like
from where I was.
Yeah, not even that, but I mean the group of friends that you have, you can see that it's a friendship before the bodybuilding.
100%. Actually, maybe the bodybuilding became you're right. Yeah, it's the friendship happened only because it happened because we are in the same.
But I feel like it's not only because of. I feel like you're not together only because of build. There's a deeper relationship.
100%. Yeah.
You know, like you just want to lift each other up. It's not,
yeah.
I don't. From that look outside looking in, it doesn't look like someone's trying to take the.
I actually like that. That's a good feedback from you, because that is kind of true. And my friend posted that recently with the group photo, and he labeled saying, What did he say? He said something
I
about.
saw that in the. Was it a group photo in the gym?
Yeah.
I seen it,
The recent one, just with the team
I forget what he said,
but he said something about which was good, that everyone had different levels.
yeah,
No matter what, we don't discriminate.
Yeah.
We all because we are all together with the one goal, which is self-improving and positive vibes and supporting each other's goals.
Yeah, I feel like if, say, for me, for example, a beginner, if I was to walk in there and amongst your group, I feel like it wouldn't be like, look at this guy.
You know what?
I feel like you grab the mic, Costa.
Oh, yeah.
No, pull it to us. Sit like that. Like that. But
You know what? The funny part is, bro, yesterday I had the biggest humbling experience. I was at Chilora training with the boys. Everyone was head to toe. In team physique singlet, and one guy came up to me and he was like, "Oh, hey man, where can I cop that? I really like that. I want to join." And I was like, "Oh man, follow the group." And he and DM us, and then I was telling him, he goes, "Oh, I'm already following. That's why I'm hitting you." And I was like,
"That's amazing, bro." Yeah, because
for me, like, I'm a nobody, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a nobody. I'm just someone who's trying to
get up there.
To not even trying to make a name.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's more just like, to be best version of you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And for someone to want to be part of that movement, it's like, fuck, that's amazing,
yeah,
bro.
it is, bro. Because I'm seeing that, I love that shit. I wouldn't feel uncomfortable coming to train with you guys.
That's something that I'm trying to change. Like this, I tell you something too, right? When I first, a week before I competed, athlete, his name is Chad Haynes. He's a PT at Bass Hill. If you see this guy, he's got the craziest physique, bro.
Yeah.
But and another person as well. His name is Ala Batech. He's another guy that I'm shouting out because he's amazing too. These boys, they are older. They have crazy physique. And for someone who's a nobody to come up to them and be like, "Hey, can I learn from you?" They took me under their wings. I went to nationals with them together. Mad. If you saw my videos,
that's what I was saying,
the two guys that I'm with, and one is an IFBB pro now.
Yeah.
Amazing, bro. These guys took me under their wings.
That was his first time or something, eh?
That was my first time. I'm just joining and we vibed together. And
let's talk about that because I saw the videos and and let's talk about let's go all the way through. Forget the music, man. We'll finish a bit earlier than 8 o'clock.
Okay,
but we'll go all the way through.
Yeah.
We were talking about this off air, and like you went into a bodybuilding competition.
Yeah.
And your mate, that guy that went with you too.
Yeah.
It was his first time.
Yeah.
And he won.
He's IFBB pro.
Yeah, and he won it. Like,
yeah. I made friends with him from being an athlete. Like, I didn't know him prior.
Oh, okay.
I met him at World Gym where we mutual friends of ours decided to introduce us, and he was like, "Oh, it's my first time competing." This guy's physique is amazing. If you look at him, it's like you would think he's been competing for how long?
Yeah, I've seen him.
You've seen him. Chad Haynes. He's got the craziest physique, and next minute he's IFBB pro. He won the whole way.
So when you saw that and like mingling before he won, what did that make you feel?
To be honest, I told him from day one that he was going to get it.
Oh, really?
Because when I saw him, I was like, brother, this guy, at least he would win the comp. I didn't know he was going to be IFBB pro, but for him, I at least thought he was going to win his class in his division because he looked amazing, man. And he's so humble about it too. That's one thing about him.
Yeah.
That's one thing I love.
But he was training like years.
His physique, he's been training for a long time.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
He's a well-known PT at Bass Hill.
Yeah.
And shout out to him, man. He's an amazing guy. And another person as well, which is Allah. He's the guy he's in my Chad is obviously he's doing classic physique, so he's in a different division. But Allah, which is another guy, he's doing men's physique as well with me. He took me under his wings too, man. Like, this is someone who I just met. But for him to say to me that he sees potential in me and he took me under his wing, teach me posing.
Wow.
When I went to Melbourne, I did have my meals. He gave me his meals, you know what I mean, like to come up and stuff. And then he had to buy his own meals and make his own meals. Like, for them to take me in under their wing to just learn off them off the bat is already so humbling. It's just like, wow, like, this is why there's more athletes needs to be like this, you know what I mean? That's why I try to be the same role model.
Yeah.
So if someone comes up to me and be like, "Oh, I want to learn off you," a normal person would be like, "Oh yeah, I charge $50 an hour."
Yeah.
I wouldn't even if I was certified and I was high level grade, I wouldn't do that. It's just not me. I'll take them under the wing because who knows the potential that you see for these people if they turn out to be someone. It's like, you just help this guy off the street from doing nothing.
From nothing, yeah. You're setting seeds.
Who are you to fucking put a price on that? You know what I mean?
That's right. Because later on down the track, man, he'll remember you.
I follow a guy called Beast Mode Jones on Instagram. He's a natural bodybuilder.
I think I've seen him.
Yeah, Chris. His name's Chris Jones. He calls himself Beast Mode Jones.
Yeah.
I watched his video and it's the most powerful thing I've ever heard, and that's something that I take in forever. And he goes, how many motherfuckers have you helped for free? Because everybody's doing meal plans, Instagram's doing codes, everyone's doing discount codes, but how many person have you actually helped genuinely for free? You know what I mean? And that's what that's all what it comes down to. Who actually have you helped genuinely for free? These days, everyone's trying to put a price, trying to get fame out of it. I'm trying to help you, but you know what? You have to shout me out. You have to. Fuck that shit, man.
Yeah, I know exactly.
Like these days, if I help someone out and they turn pro bodybuilder, I wouldn't have to mention nothing because they would obviously from their heart know that who brought them up, and they will mention it anyway. Like I don't need to fucking remind them.
And the thing is, you know what? I don't even think it needs a public announcement. Even if you just rang me up and said, man, I made it this far. And thank you so much.
All the people that I've shouted out today, do you think they freaking tell me, Rang's going to be on the radio show, make sure you fucking mention? No, bro, because I know myself who to mention and who to fucking say, because these people have... There's plenty more people I can shout, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know what I mean? So the people that had just come up is obviously based on topics we're speaking about, but at the same time, man, I got so many...
And that's that tall poppy syndrome in Australia. Like, is one guy makes it, stuff him, he's made it.
You know what, bro? I tell you something. And this is the quote that I live by as well. It's like, supporting other people's journey, is it gonna hurt yours?
Exactly.
Is it gonna hurt yours? If I say, fuck, your radio show is amazing, and I was doing radio myself, is it gonna hurt mine?
You're gonna lift each other up.
It's gonna lift each other up, right? You're probably gonna invite me to do a talk show with me, and then my radio show is gonna be good. So
you have a podcast,
why the hell?
You don't know.
So why the hell is it so wrong for me to say, fuck, that guy's physique is amazing? I could learn off him. And he probably going to teach me for free because I just gave him a shout out and I told him from the bottom of my heart saying, yeah, he looks really good. He might going to give me a tip or two. And who knows, that's going to fucking benefit me and I'm going to get better. And I'm going to pass it on to that guy and that guy's going to be the next prodigy. You know what I mean? Like
100%, man.
Lift each other up, man. I don't understand why.
Yeah, and the attitude needs to change here. And it's not even bodybuilding, bro. It's just the attitude of some of the people in Australia.
It's in general.
Like, you know, I see people trying to help the farmers and with the bushfires. And even those people are getting shit for trying to help, you know? Like...
Yeah, because they're probably going to say, oh, you're just doing it for...
Yeah, to like, bro, there's actual people that are hungry, bro. Who cares what you have to say? But anyway, that's part of the journey anyway to lift you up.
Unfortunately.
Let's get into misconceptions about bodybuilding, man.
Yeah.
Because anyone just coming doesn't have a clue about bodybuilding, doesn't know nothing. They look at your Instagram and go, this guy's a poser. This guy's just posing. He's flexing just to show his muscle. But knowing, because watching documentaries of Arnold Schwarzenegger and all those greats,
posing.
Posing
is the next level, bro.
And
look,
it's hard.
I'm only in men's physique. We are called the bikini guys. The men's
really?
Because we wear board shorts. We don't show our legs. We don't get
that's
judged.
That's right. Yeah.
But you know what? I've actually found the arts of posing in men's physique because it's the flow and it's showing, and there's a group of people and other men's physique athletes as well who actually, you know, get into that as well. So kudos to them. But in terms of, you're talking about general bodybuilding posing, like the opens men's and the classic physique, man, it's another level, bro. Like, if for people to say they just poses in front of the mirrors, they need to, because it's not easy, man. And it's not fucking easy. It's not easy to learn either.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about, not just because it's not easy, blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about the science behind it, because reading up on Bruce Lee and stuff that he used to say about flexing, even when you're sitting in your car, like you can like flex your whole body.
The idea of flexing is to put more blood into your muscle fibers, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. Like, look, I'm no special professional at this, but what I've learned is that obviously your muscle needs blood to grow. It's like a sponge. So the more, like for example, a lot of times when we train and we pump a lot of blood into our muscle fibers and we start doing that flexing and that's just another beneficial of us to get more blood into the freaking muscle and all to grow, you know. And a lot of people from the outside is like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, these guys are posing, blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah, but there's
an art behind it.
There's a lot of there's the artistic side about it, and then there's also the science behind it as well. And there's a lot of, man, I kid you not, there's so much science in bodybuilding, it's just fucked up.
No, 100%. Like,
you know, not even the food and the diet side, the whole training side as well. You know, movements and all that shit. There's so much into
isolation of muscles and lifting.
Yeah, like I'm still learning, man. I'm a total noob, and a lot of people look at me like, fuck, you look good, and you know, you must know a lot. Nah, man, I still got a lot to learn. I still got a lot to learn.
But the way you're going so far, man, it's amazing.
Thank you,
bro.
man.
Seeing you where you were, bro. Honestly, bro. You just put.
But a lot of people discredit that because they're like, oh, you're on the steroids. And,
yeah, that's another thing. Can we talk about that?
100%. I'm open to that. Yeah, of course. There are natural athletes in IFBB. Don't get me wrong. There is, but I am definitely. No, my friend just wrote reflection time. Well, the idea behind reflection time is because he's when we train and then he used to go home and he's in front of his mirror and his missus always like, stop posing. It's like, babe, it's my reflection time. Fucking Taylor, you funny cut.
Shout out to Taylor.
Shout out to Taylor, bro.
Yeah.
He's a good friend of mine too. We need to bring him to the show too. He's he's a real guy. But back to steroids. Man, a lot of people discredit that. Look, man, I tell you something. If you and I did steroids and you think that just because you do steroids you're going to get big and you don't do the hard work as much as I do and not even put the extra work, you're not going to catch me anytime soon, bro. I kid you not. I'm going to leap over you with those steroids 10 times faster and you're going to be 10 times worse because you're injecting all this stuff, chemicals into your body. You're not doing anything about it. Yeah. And
when I was asking you about it and we'll message each other, you go to me, anyone under, 25 or something?
I believe,
all
right, if you're not competing, don't jump on the steroids. Yeah. All right, I've done it. Like, I'm the same. I touched steroids when I was like 21. And a lot of side effects has come to me now, and that I wish that I don't have.
What's still affecting you today?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Of course. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things that if one day I'll speak about it, but that's probably on another subject. Yeah. But there's a lot of things that, like, I believe personally, and this is what I preach: if you're not competing, don't get on steroids. And if you're under 25, or maybe under 25, I think, well, give or take. A lot of people disagree with me, but if you're under 25, you'll have a lot of testosterone, bro. What's the point?
Yeah, that's right.
Unless you go to the doctors, done your bloods, and you're actually low on testosterone, okay.
Yeah, there's a sickness from that,
yeah. But
let's talk about what the point of steroid. Why do people take it?
Okay, well,
what does it do to your body?
Okay, well, to my knowledge, your body already produces a certain amount of testosterone, right?
Yeah.
Now, in order for you to grow, you want to increase the testosterone output, so then your muscle obviously adapts to that level. Now, I think we produce 7 milligram or 11 or something a day or something, or a week or some shit.
Of testosterone.
Yeah, 1 mil of testosterone, for example, of testosterone alpha, it's like 250 milligrams, bro.
Is that without a guy releasing himself, like masturbation and stuff like that?
I don't even know if masturbation really. I think that's just a myth, man.
Oh, okay. That's it,
okay. I don't think wanking actually
doesn't affect
it affects you.
Yeah,
You can fucking wank as much as you want. I don't think it affects you, bro.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that's a myth. Okay. Like a lot of people say,
because it says testosterone, and I'm thinking like,
if you've released it, nah.
Because boxers don't do or.
Well, it's like, if you masturbate, you're gonna get tired, right? I think
so. It's just anything tired. There's stuff in
yeah. Okay, yeah. Like a lot of people, I think Italians have sex before game with the World Cup.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Don't
to
they?
Relax. I don't know.
Yeah, to relax.
It might be it might be.
Yeah, they have sex before game or something.
I suppose you need to be angry in the ring game, so you're frustrated.
I live that 50.
Yeah. But with your relationship, with like even telling me through messages, you're saying whoever's doing it under 25 is like literally going to drink poison. You're drinking poison.
Yeah, it is, man. Look. Steroids can be poison. I mean, there's things like tren, which is absolutely toxic in your body if you cycle it for too long. But in terms of general, you need testosterone to grow, okay? The rest of the other compounds is whatever you decide to do is your goal, whether it's cutting, whether it's bulking, whether things, you know what I mean? So this is just purely from my knowledge, and if people are watching,
he's not
I'm not a doctor.
He's not giving you advice or anything. This is
this is not advice. This is purely from my experience and my knowledge. So if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But you need testosterone to grow. Now, once you inject testosterone into your body will know that it's getting testosterone from an external source. It will shut down its natural sources. Okay, as soon as you inject, your natural testosterone stops producing. You will stop producing natural testosterone. Okay. This is why you need to, do it properly and be careful. Is because once that natural test stops, some people don't get it back. You don't recover that. Everyone's recovery is different. You know what I mean?
Because you stopped that.
Yeah, and then you being on the cycle for a long period of time, recovery takes even longer as well, you know. So you have to take things to recover. There's PCT, post-cycle treatment, and stuff like that.
So there's more damage.
Of course, man. And it does to your bones get brittle.
Oh, really? It doesn't give you bone density, nothing like that?
No, not at all. You actually get weaker, man. Your joints get really... You train so hard, you train so heavy, you put so much strain into your muscle and your joints.
That makes sense.
Steroids either mask that pain or helps you recover faster unnaturally. So
basically, you look strong.
Yeah,
but after,
you know what I mean. But there is a healthy way to do it. You know what I mean, and that's obviously sticking to low dosages. And I wouldn't even really say it's the healthy way. Like, don't take my word to be.
Or the more safer way.
There's a safer way. Less is more for me personally. All right. So there's the Lebo. There's the Lebo way, as they say, the Lebo bro science way, which is double the test, bro. You know, and if you go bigger, you get 5 mils, and you know what I mean, you get bigger. And
he's got no legs.
And he's why is it always like that?
I don't know, bro. Because only girls look from the chest up, bro. You don't need to see the legs.
Long pants and jeans in the club, is it?
Well, I got legs, so I don't mind. So I got these chunky legs.
I'm trying to get my legs.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. That's what I mean. So a lot of fad these days is. I mean, there's kids that are 16, 18-year-old.
That are pumping it. And
when I was 18, we were fucking pumping the pills at the clubs, partying, not fucking doing steroids.
And that mix as well with that party drugs with steroids and the whole... It can stuff up your mindset too, bro.
Bro, fuck you up, man. Steroids and...
Stay away from them, ladies and
drugs, Kids and all these younger generation guys, honestly, like, if I turn back time again, like I said, if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't even touch a steroid until I was like maybe 25, bro. Unless I was competitively bodybuilding and I had this potential and everyone saw that I was going to be the next fucking Arnie. Go for it, man. You know what I mean? Like, I know people who are 22, they're on the gear, but they're probably going to be the next best thing. You know what I mean? They've got the potential. But
so now you're into meal prep. Now you're into like protein.
I hardly eat out, man. I actually, ever since I competed, I'm still eating off a Tupperware.
Oh, really?
I measure my food and stuff like that. It's a good routine, man, and I like it.
Discipline, right?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong.
Can you share with us those like, let me say like unseen principles, like stuff like hard work. You know, like being committed. All those invisible principles that no one sees, but you need to apply to this. Can you talk about that? Like being disciplined, waking up early, sticking to the goal.
Well, okay. So like they say, you have to prep yourself for success, right? Yeah. So if you are an aspiring athlete, what do? You need there's preparation behind it. Soccer players, why do they train 5 times a week before the game on a Sunday? The game's only 1.5 hours, but they train 5 hours. It's like us. We train every day for 20 weeks before we get onto the stage for like 30 seconds, bro. I was on the stage.
That's right,
I was on stage for like 30 seconds. You know,
were you shocked? Were you like, what the hell?
I was like, how fast is this? I thought it was going to be quicker. You know what I mean? So, what I was trying to say is that everything you do to lead up to the end goal matters. All right, so sleep is important. You know? Definitely.
Let's talk about more of that, because we talk about going to the gym. What does sleep do, bro?
Sleep is recovery. When you sleep, your body goes into your body goes to the state where it recovers, it repairs itself. You know what I mean? It produces natural growth hormones. So that's the important part of your body. And well, I don't really know much of the science stuff besides that. And sleep is important for recovery, right?
Sure,
and that's something that I don't get.
I mean,
I don't do that. I probably get 5 hours max, bro. I'm pretty bad at my sleep.
Some people take that pre-workout and bro,
caffeine,
and it can stop them from sleeping too, man. I was going for that.
There's a lot of people these days that take fucking how many supplements, man. You know what? I tell you the truth. If I didn't have the if I didn't need to, I've only take protein as an addition to add to my protein macros. But if I can eat whole food only and only take supplements, I don't need supplements, bro.
So
besides the gear, you know, to get to my whatever competition I'm doing. But if I'm off cycle and I'm off season and I don't need supplements, I can eat only food. I'm happy with that. I don't need all that shit.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Because the whole foods, your body breaks it down.
Yeah,
it
bro.
goes
You
into
don't
the
need.
blood.
You don't need. Everyone buys how many different types of protein? How many they buy BCAAs? All these bullshit. You don't even need BCAAs anymore. That's going to be phased out soon.
Yeah. What is that?
Yeah, the branch chain amino acids.
Oh, okay, yeah,
bro. You know, you just if anything, you need EAAs, which is the essentials. You know what I mean? So.
So food.
Food is important, bro.
Veggies and all that.
Fucking fibers is important, bro. Your mum tells you to eat veggies. Eat your veggies, bro.
Yeah. And they're better eating.
I had a bodybuilding friend of mine who actually fucking doesn't eat his veggies, and he got hurt during competition. I think his coach cut off his fibers, and he and then he ate fucking protein. He ate too much protein on his body, then
just collapsed.
Yeah, he got a really bad fucking like pain in the stomach, and
some people and even I think vegetables eaten whole is better than them being grinded down as well, because those fiber structures that are in the vegetable, that helps too, man, when you're digesting and stuff like that.
I think so.
Yeah. See, I know a little bit, bro.
See, you know a little bit. I got a friend right now. He's my friend right now. Christoph is watching. He went to Marston too for 1 year.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Christoph Case. I know you're watching, motherfucker.
Shout out to Chris, man.
He's a master's in nutrition.
Nice. We've got 15 minutes left.
15 minutes.
Let's cut it off in about 5. Let's like sum all this up, man.
Sure.
So some advice, the last few words for people that are actually going to bodybuild.
Yeah.
People stuck in relationships.
Yeah.
And that feel like they're worthless.
So let's do a summary and I give it advice.
Let's go by stages. Okay. So we'll go school.
Yeah.
Coming out of school, if you don't have ambitions to go to uni, college, anything like that, don't
feel like you're gonna fucking fail. A lot of people these days, there's so many ways. Just find what you're into. Find a lot of trial and error is a beautiful thing. So don't be afraid to try something. And if you fail, fuck it, go to the next one. Don't be afraid to do that. Especially with the young people these days, there's so much fucking how do I call it? A lot of insecurities these days. And you're worried to I'm not gonna do well. Fucking a lot of people gonna tease me. Fuck it, man. Like just whatever you want to do it. If you fail, go to the next one. Yeah, it's like a relationship. Yeah. Who cares?
No, you're right, man.
If you
fail, I was worried about that with this, man.
Yeah.
Like, who's gonna listen to me? Who am I? Blah blah blah. But then I reevaluated my what my goal is for this, and I was saying it's not for me. It's a platform for people. I'm just the guy to bring people in. You know what I mean? So it makes it a bigger goal. Then it doesn't cut off like so easily. You know what I mean? It's for the people. And now we went from school. So go for your goals. You're saying.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in your like early 20s and you're meeting the wrong people. Like, how do we get out of that? What's some advice for
meeting the wrong people? It's hard. Look, it's in all honesty, like I said, we all want to be part of a group. We want to be tribe. We want to be accepted, right? Yeah. So you voicing out your opinion in your early 20s and being a wolf out of a sheep and not a sheep is very hard. Like, don't get me wrong. For sure. 100%. If someone tells me, no, I'm a fucking wolf at 21, shut the fuck up, cunt. Sit down, cunt. You know,
you're run by a lion.
You're a fucking follower. We all were. Don't get me wrong. So the only advice I can give you is just try to follow the right crowd. You know what I mean? Like, just we all want to do. We all want to be accepted. We all want to do like the whole, have fun and be part of a group, but just remind yourself, it's not worth being in jail. It's not worth dying for. So
or learning the hard lessons the hard way. You
know what I mean. So if someone tells you to get in the car and you're about to do something stupid and you're not going to come out of it, don't follow. You know what I mean.
And now we go to bodybuilding, and you have family, friends, people that you don't even know telling you, man, this is not going to work out for you. Stop doing this.
I got a lot of that, and like I said to you before, I'm not going to say they're wrong for thinking that, because obviously it's reality. It's like someone tells you, it's like someone telling you, hey, I want to be the next fucking MTV channel or whatever, and parents like, yeah, shut up, Eddie, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah. But who knows, bro? You know what I mean? So, I'm never gonna shut people's. Don't be afraid to dream big. But for me personally, bro, and this is the biggest thing. You need to be real, because a lot of people, right? I know someone who's fucking nearly 40 years old, and he's still telling people, my time will come, my time will come. But when you're nearly 40, bro, and you're still doing the fucking same thing, not growing up, and your time's gonna come. No, it's not. You gotta make.
Realistic.
You gotta be realistic, bro. Oh, my time's gonna come up now. I'm just gonna do my thing now, and then my time will come, and then that's it. Yeah, your time will come, deaf. You know what I mean? Like 100%. So be realistic with your goals, and make sure that you're real to yourself. Like if you honestly think like me saying that I want to be IFBB pro is once I become pro, right? When I become pro. Doesn't mean that I'm gonna be a millionaire and the work doesn't stop from there. So
you set a goal.
For me, it's just because I'm so passionate about it and I want to be IFBB pro.
Yeah,
that's just the next stage before more work happens.
Yeah.
So right now, my mentality is I'm 30 to 35. I want to chase that, So I want to work hard in the industry. I want to be, I want to be the next, hopefully the next Asian. Southeast Asian, Australian born, tatted up, IFBB pro. That'd be amazing. But don't dream big, but be real. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I hate people that's just lies to themselves.
Yeah, that's right.
Uses it as an excuse.
Yeah.
To do, to just sit in their asses and
not do nothing.
I hate that, man. That's.
Any last words, man? Any last words? Shout outs to anyone?
There's a lot of shout outs. I want to go through all these messages, but I haven't yet because I'm too busy talking to you. But look, I just came here to look. It's thank you for having me, and I hope we do this more often.
100%. We'll make it more often.
Yeah, make it often.
I got so many guests saying the same thing. Want to bring up my other friends.
Not even that. Even if it's just me and you, I have so much to talk about. It's 100%. Amazing. I love talking about the journey and hoping. That's right. I mean, from this, you think I'm not going to take out of anything just because you're asking questions about me, but it's so refreshing to talk about it because then I'm reminding myself.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Fuck, man. Either step up your game again or fucking
keep plateauing on.
Keep plateauing. You know what I mean? So
but the thing is, why I brought you here is because you are inspiration, man, and I feel like you can be an inspiration to others and even the close circles around you. Yeah. So. Keep doing this sort of stuff, man, and for sure we'll have a relationship. We're gonna have you here more often. Be a regular guest, man. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to be.
I'm Jade, man. I'm Jade for the future.
Awesome, brother. Appreciate it.
Handles your Instagram.
Yeah, so everyone, if you can follow my Instagram is I am physique, normal spelling, all one word, obviously. I am physique. Yeah. I'm starting a movement that's supporting everyone, which is called Official Team Physique. Official and Team Physique, which is my nickname, Physique. But look. I'm no professional. I'm not a superstar. I'm not a celebrity. I'm just here to, make a little movement, a positive one where we all bring each other up and...
That's good, man. I appreciate your time, man. I really appreciate you coming in. And
thank you.
I really wish you the best for the future.
Thank you so much, bro.
And hopefully you can become the champion in your league, man. Yeah, and hopefully I can be there.
Hey, you know what? One day if I do become and I get that card, I'm going to bring it over.
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%, man. 100%. It's when, it's not if, it's when you do it, because I know that you have got the drive and the goal to do it. So
hopefully, I would love to.
Anytime you need to talk off air, anyway, you just hit me up on the socials and we'll talk.
You're like a big brother to me, bro.
100%, bro. When I used to see you in the club, I always had that feel like I had to take care of the little ones.
Make sure. It's like,
100%. Nah, 100%. I love you guys, bro. This Radio Skid Row 88.9. You've been listening to Good Smoke. Remember, check out radioskidrow.org, goodsmoke.com.au. Also at I am physique and at team official team physique.
We got something coming out, so we got a few apparels.
Go on his Instagram, man. He's always something.
Go through a follow, share,
follow. He's on Facebook as well. Thank you so much. It's Radio Skid Row. This is Good Smoke.